Hello, folks, and welcome back. Well, welcome to Illusive Domain. I've done so many full starts of this, I've started to think this is the second recording. So this is a playtest for a game that, well, at least the time of recording is available on Steam. Don't know if by the time of release will it still be the same. What's the audio balance looking like? It's a little loud. I'll just lower it slightly. I don't really know much about this game, but from what I've seen of it, it seems like it's going to scratch. Ooh, that's very loud. Uh, seems like it's going to scratch Sekiro itch for me. Just seeing a little bit of the fighting and the combat, seems like it's going to scratch that. I've recently finished Sekiro. I've been falling behind on editing my FromSoft games, but I've recently finished Sekiro. 100%ed it. I didn't do the gauntlets, but 100%ed it. Like the achievements. And it is Elusive Domain, right? Didn't get the name. Yeah, it is. I've gone on to Elden Ring, and it feels weird not being able to just parry attacks like Sekiro would. You know, I've I went back and did like 3 runs of the game in the span of 2 weeks, 3 weeks most. So I'm like, I know I'm really adapted to that kind of gameplay, and it feels weird going back to Elden Ring now. So this is going to, from the looks of it, it's going to be a good thing. There we go. It does actually use um, the the controller. It claims on Steam that it doesn't, at least on the library, but it actually does. Attack, steal, both vitality and stance damage. Yeah, it's leaning on Sekiro. Uh, like I was just having a little look at the gameplay, and it seemed to be doing so, but outright stance and vitality. Yeah. Blocking, deflecting. Oh, when your stance bar is almost full, block will no longer negate vitality damage. Okay, that's interesting. Landing attacks at the same time as your opponent results in a parry. This deals massive stance damage, nullifies their attack, and grants an adrenaline effect that rapidly restores mana and stance. Wow, that's really nice. I ended up doing that a few times in Sekiro, but in those cases it just counted as a parry, and with no benefit. It was just a normal parry. Um, In general, most attacks and projectiles can be parried in this way. Some enemies may also be able to parry your attacks, which is cool. Ow. It does feel a little clunky. Obviously, some of this is me just having poor timing. I'm not blaming the game for that. Spells and techniques. Yeah, it feels a little clunky. This is again just a playtest. It's early days, so you can't really comment too much on how the game is. It's like the other Kunoichi game I played. Name escapes me at the moment. where I was saying it's more of a proof of concept rather than something you can really judge. It's early days, and there's a lot more polish to be done on it, you know. So it does feel kind of clunky. It's not as tight as it should be. So at least feeling it so far, it isn't. But again, it's early days, so you can't really even say much, to be honest, um, because it'll be unfair to it. You know? Did they get the? I think they got. They say LT here, but doesn't. In my head, that looks like more like the RT button. Curve to the right, curve to the left. Eh, whatever. It's just looking weird to me now that I'm looking at it. That's all. Spells require mana will not activate without sufficient mana. Techniques can be used regardless of mana, so though some may require other resources to be used instead. Completely depleting mana results in mana exhaustion, temporarily preventing the regen of mana. Okay, that's the healing thing. Throw. Ooh, nice. Throw and return. Hold on. Okay, now I can do it. I think I got the chase down. Can I try and parry with this? Maybe not. Wait. My Sekiro footage will be on the channel eventually. I just need to do some bonus stuff for Demon Souls and everything in between, basically. Yeah, it feels a little sluggish. Okay. They talk about marking? I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I'm really not seeing it. Oh, okay. Can be used as part of basic attack combo. Tap RT fast, flowing slashes that are more effective at recovering vitality. Hold to charge sweeping things that cost vitality. Mist form. Okay. It's easy when the opponent dodges for you. I do like the effect in that parry thing. Ooh! Windblade. It's a Dragon Slash. What was it? Dragon Flash, that's it. Ooh. Damn it. Kinda got stuck on the side of the bridge. I was just genuinely careless. I want to use my abilities because it feels like I should. I'm liking it so far. Like I said, it does need more polish and whatnot, but it is just a playtest. So you can't really... You can't be too critical about it, really. It is just a playtest. But, like, the general idea is here. And, like, look, if they're not going to give us a Sekiro 2, then, you know, take, you know, anime Foxgirl here instead. Yeah, definitely need to work on the hitbox. Because there's a few grabs there that should have gotten me. Huh. If that's actually a thing, that's kind of cool. As you use attacks, enemies learning to counter them. If they mean like... If they mean it's like within a fight. That's cool. This could mean like in later fights. Still kind of a cool thing. I remember hearing about there was one game where an enemy would learn whatever moves they would either moves that you learned, the enemy would get them as well, or however you fought in particular things, the enemy would do it as well. I think it was a Batman game. One of the Arkham games, this one particular enemy was adaptive to how you played or what you got. So if you gimped yourself, if you played poorly during these sections, he would play poorly. Or something. That's where I remember hearing something like this and it was funny. Because like it's a really cool idea, but it also can backfire. So it's just funny. Ignore the camera bobbing. That's my own controller. It's I hit a button and suddenly it's lit up. Oh, Illusive Domain is actually working now. I end up having to turn on the for what within OBS you can have it hook on to particular programs, but then you can also just record your screen. Initially I had to record my screen, but finally it's decided to actually just focus on the game. One sec. In another tab there I have a bit of my novel open. So well, a bit of the thing I'm trying to write open. So it's not ready to be seen in any capacity yet. But yeah, don't pay too much attention to the camera floating around a ton. That's because my analog stick is kind of busted. But yeah, the thing here is lit up on it, and I clicked it wondering, like, well, what will this do? And I have no idea. But yeah, the strikes feel a bit sluggish. And it feels look a little choppy there, honestly. But yeah, needs to have a bit of a better flow to it. Smoother, more fluid action. Then it'll be fine. And yeah, definitely work on the hitboxes. They should have gotten hit more. I don't know what I just said. Oh well, mine just blanked. Jin. A man who guards the entrance to the domain in an attempt to stop others from being trapped in the same way he did. His martial arts skills are still quite lacking, but as to be expected as someone who never had any training before coming here. Holy Knight Louise, a foreigner, seems she uses some kind of power completely different from us. Though it's great power, she's still too inexperienced to use it to its full potential. Nope. Jesus. Alright then. Her halo started going red. Is that the hint on it? Nope, she can just do that whenever. That is a nasty move. For all the other grab attacks, well, the one other grab attack we dealt with so far, there's been a lot of prompting and notification. Less so with this. And it's even more dangerous than the other guy's one. God down. Down, Sword Saint. really does hit hard. Jesus. Wasn't keeping good track of my health. So far, at least from what I'm seeing, the only thing with a dodgy hitbox was the that other guy's grab attack. Everyone else has been nice and grounded. Okay, how the hell am I meant to counter that? Mist form might be the answer. I'm enjoying that. It's kind of a superior version. Oh, no. I'm kind of mixing. Yeah, that's the answer. I'm kind of mixing. Divine Abduction with the Raven's Fetter. Ah, damn you. I am wondering if I'm getting hit by any hits and not realizing it. Like a lack of tactile feedback, or however you want to put it. It's too aggressive when they're attacking her. My hand's going to sleep. Give me a second. Jesus. Mark target with a brand that can be detonated with rending claws to aggravate wounds received during the branding. Oh, okay. I'll give Petal Fall Dance. Kind of tunnel visioned. Goddamn, it's not just god. Apparently, I just have goddamn mortal draw. I don't necessarily disapprove. Ah, damn it, dead. So yeah, this is just Foxgirl Sekiro. I'm getting closer to my Masugaki Wolf. That's something you're not going to get until I finally come out with that series. And there's no real cancelling out of actions and whatnot, which is, I'm hesitant in saying it's actually a design flaw, because it pushes you to, you know, make better choices, you know? It's not necessarily a design flaw. It's a nice quality of life thing to be able to do, but it kind of encourages you to, you know, be more careful. Understand the This is meant to heal me, but I'm not seeing it. Getting too aggressive. I do fixate. Yeah, I really don't see how you can dodge that outside of this. I just kind of want to try out the other things against it. Well, against her. I'm hitting the right buttons, eh? not the sort of game. Can't parry the shockwave. It's not VA proxy. Takes me a moment too long to realize what she's doing. So, yeah. Honestly, it does feel like I just don't hit hard enough. Like I've come here too early. I think I need to worry about breaking her posture, but she's very good at not having it broken. Dead. And given the amount of like one-hit kills she has, or you know, you survive if you're on full health and are entirely unblemished. Nice. Given the whole her diving onto you, and then the color of the holy light. I'm not going to be able to process this as anything other than this random cleric girl tackling onto you and peeing. Which I'm sure someone in the audience is quite happy at. But, it's not quite my thing. I do notice the enemies doing a lot of moves that just whiff. Like, you know, trying to swing their shield when I'm nowhere nearby. Yeah, I'm being a bit too knuckleheaded about it. Damn, I was home to mist mode away, but didn't really count. No, I didn't need to do that. I forgot how to do... Oh, damn you. Suicide Bomber Louise. asshole. We restored her posture. Wrong ability. Dead. She can really turn on her heel and do it. God damn it. Staring. There was the little pop-up at the end, and it seemed that after you clash, there's a... Oh no, wait, no, that's a restoration thing. No, yeah, I remember now what it does. It just, I swore she was also taking more posture damage during it. Damn it, dead. Yeah, basically if you don't have a full health bar, you're dead. See? It's like 75% of my bar gone. hitting her could interrupt that at all, or, but no. Getting too aggressive because I'm so nearly there, and if you leave up the pressure for not too long at all, but a little bit, it just diminishes. It's kind of annoying having an enemy here blocking with a shield that doesn't actually exist. Oh, that was weird. Damn it, dead. Just gonna stop a sec. Hey folks, I'm back. 58, 59, 60. Been gone a while, so I'm probably gonna lose this attempt. Starting to actually feel a bit more fluid here. Dead. The rigidness of her is kind of annoying. There's maybe a bit much of a delay after attacking before you can dodge sometimes. The ones they're leaning it a fair bit into like the Sekiro. So it might be a good idea to lean more into it. As in, like, having outright... I wouldn't complain about having outright the same, like, attack delay. Like, there's particular ways that Sekiro's combat works. Like, you know, you can take a swing and you can't dodge it during, you know, for so much of it, but you can dodge so soon after it, you know. Outright just mimicking that. I wouldn't say no. Oh yeah, forget about that. Let's try out the claws. Too aggressive. Ooh, I survived. What's the details again? Getting rigid-minded here. It stacks up to 3 times. Okay. They say vitality, but it's restoring mana. Hmm. Weird. Here, give me a sec. Hello, folks, and I have returned. Been gone a while. I think I do actually need to fight this like I'm fighting Sword Saint. Damn it. I was trying to get this, but I hit down instead. I suppose I can just keep dodging and getting it that way. Jesus. You really do get just slapped around by her. Yeah, dead. Oh, Jesus. Oh, at least we get a nice sight when that happens. Hey there. So she can use... Oh, okay, a bit of Irish jig there. So she can use some gear with armor. Well, she can use gear with armor and without. Is there a difference? Or is it just cosmetic? hero out of Makiri to there. But yeah, she changes weapons a ton. I had partially started that thought in my head, was just basically I would have Makiri'd a ton, but it's hard to predict what she's going to do with how much she changes her weapons around. Scratch my face. Actually, unlike Sword Saint, that's actually more like the Demon of Hatred, really. Like Sword Saint does a very narrow wind blast. I don't have the timing to hit that in fight. But that's a much wider blast, much more akin to Demon of Hatred's move. It's not working. It would be nice if you could customize it so you can set your favorite abilities. Actually, can you? You can. Oh. Okay, I found a glitch. Those menus are layered and you can on pause but keep up the control schemes. So you know the fight goes on. Wow, but you can't see it. Ah. So you can't really do it. You can only put what's on this row on this row, and what's on this row on this row. You can't say have this and this on the same thing. Okay. Honestly, maybe it's because I stopped for a bare seconds, but it's seeming like I'm learning a little bit about my moves. Seems like the branding claw might be a good idea. Misjudging the range of this. I'm gonna be honest, my head's kind of numb over here. Nice. My head's just kind of going numb now. It goes like this in Sekiro. When I hit a wall, I just end up playing very poorly. A lot of mistakes, and you know, awareness goes down. It's very nice of her to wait there, Mo, while I just check my messages. She's a good lass, Louise. Now if only she'd stop flashing the whole world. I've had them apply stacks of that from just yeah, she just dismissed all three, and I thought there was even time left on it. Random blocking is annoying too. I suppose Sekiro had that to an extent. It seemed a little worse here. So annoying. She's a very rough enemy. Hesitation is the finish. Okay, yeah, it seems like Don't remember what I was going to say there. Damn it. Damn it! Okay. Anyone talking about this on the Discord? Someone else is having some difficulty with Louise. No advice. They're just like, why is she so hard? She does feel like a boss that you're meant to fight a little later. Not too much later. But just basically, there should be someone between her and us. Or we're like missing the upgrades. Like we would have gotten, you know? Like, progression-wise, I don't think it goes Jin Louise. It should go Jin someone else Louise. She feels a little above us. Not by much, but it is skipping a boss, it feels. Or, you know, a bit of a grind. Still possible to defeat her, but just more difficult. And then forcing that ability there. So yeah, when she's raising the sword height, stick close to her and then dodge at the last moment. Dead. No. Damn, that hit harder. I'm thinking you might be able to bait her into doing the whirlwind. Again. Sekiro. I do hope the developer doesn't mind Sekiro jokes, because, gonna be honest, the way I'm processing this game is as, you know, Fox Girl. Is she a fox? Seems to be a fox. Fox Girl Sekiro. So there's gonna be a lot of jokes about that. Damn it. I was trying to do the dodge, but it didn't work. And I wasted a potion. Because of a click last time. Louise is hard because of how long her fight goes on for, and how she has 3 effective one-shots. Like I said, she does feel above you. Like the progression here is kind of messed up. Like sometimes games will show you like, oh, here's like a smattering of like here's 2 different levels to show off the game. Like if you get the Half-Life demo, a Half-Life 2 demo, you'll see like the opening bit, and then you'll see the my favorite level. You know, welcome to, or we don't go to Ravenholm. You get to see that. But imagine doing that with, but they give you resources to work with, you know? Probably need to get rid of this. Well, it's really, fuck you. Well, it's really helped me out here. The double swing would be nice too. Get some. And even then, it didn't do much. But yeah, you see a smattering of levels, but it almost feels like they didn't bring you up to the later level here. It feels like they threw you in still at the reduced form. I got too aggressive there. Fuck you. God damn, my fingers hurt here. Victory, you have the right to proceed. Where is she? I need to beat on her some more. Oh, here she is. I'm just developing a grudge here against Louise. Ah, my hand. But yeah, it kind of felt like basically like the guy was the opening enemy to fight. Then we should have fought another boss. Then Louise getting an upgrade after the other 2. But we kind of go in at the same power level against Louise as we did against the initial guy. So we end up feeling... She ends up feeling very rough. So it's like you're fighting the second or third boss of the game, well, maybe the third boss of the game, while still being only ready to fight the first boss, you know? It's probably going to be rough. Maybe still doable, certainly still doable, but it's going to feel like a punch in the nuts. So yeah, hopefully when this is further along, she'll either be a little weaker for this fight, or will be a little tougher because she's got a few rather powerful moves. You get hit by the swing, you get hit by the forward arc, or you get hit by her grab attack. You're dead basically, because the grab attack can do for anywhere from like 75 to 90% of your health, and the other two moves are seemingly guaranteed kills. And they're the this sweep is easy to dodge. Just don't be near her. But the forward arc tracks on you pretty well, and at least at present I haven't managed to dodge it by running. You have to use the other thing. So if you don't have enough mana, you're just dead. So hopefully she'll either will be a little tougher when this game actually comes out, or she'll be a little weaker. Stick another boss between her and Jin, and we get stronger with each boss. It'll probably smooth it right out, but at least somewhat anyway. But no, I'm just kind of running my mouth here, just trying. I know, just saying what's coming to mind, really. Right? She meant to be more of a fox. Not fox, not wolf. Wolf Kunoichi. Oh, for fuck's sake, this really is just Fox Girl Sekiro. A Wolf Girl Sekiro. Oh, beautiful. Chef's kiss. Wolf Girl. So when's she gonna lose her arm? BT fetish unlocked. But yeah, this girl is a bit like after Jin, it's a hell of a difficulty spike for her. She's got 3 moves that can effectively one-shot you. It like the grab can do anywhere from 75 to 90% damage, and given that say, you know, if you're mid-swing you can't dodge, and I'm not sure how long it takes for you to be able to dodge. So even if you swing early, it may not be early enough to dodge her sudden drop of her gear and tackle, you know? So basically that move is, unless you're on full hit points, it's gonna kill you. And at least I tend to not put myself on full hit points, because that tends to lead to overhealing and wasting a bit of my flask. And you don't want to waste it. You want to make each flask last as long, get the most out of each flask. So it basically means I'm operating on less than 100%, making that move basically a kill if it gets me. And then the forward arc and the sweep are both seem to do the same damage, so they easily kill you. And then even outside of those, her strikes do a lot of damage. She may be able to kill you in 3 to 4 hits, 5 at the very most. So it does feel like we almost skipped a few bosses and a bit of, upgrades to going right onto her. But she is still doable. She's just rough, which feels inappropriate given I'm playing as a wolf girl here. Rough. I know dog, but go with it. So yeah, hopefully she'll either be a little weaker in later releases, or will be just a little tougher. Because again, even her general attacks do a hell of a lot of damage, and the other moves are insta kills, effectively. And so fighting an enemy that can jib you, and if any of their special attacks hit, is a bit rough. It's a bit rough. So I know. I'm giving my opinion here in perspective, so I feel really awkward and like, no, no, this is wrong. Shut up. Basically, she's got high health, high posture, so it's really hard to weaken her down. But she also has high damage. She got three moves that can one-shot you effectively, and our general hits, if they get true, do high damage as well. Do fair damage as well. So she's a good damage dealer, and she can take a hit. She's a bit too strong of a boss for this early on. But again, this is a playtest. They're probably going to do more fine-tuning and balancing. But at the very least, hasn't been any weird hitboxes or anything like that. Where like I've dodged a hit and I get hit anyway. The weirdest one was when she did that tackle forwards and she was like going this way and she misses and then she glitches and comes this way getting me. So yeah, that was the weirdest one. But beyond that, it's all seems fine. Oh, torn stockings. Are they always torn? I don't think so. But then again, thinking back on Sekiro, even the early bosses could just utterly rip the shit out of you, couldn't they? Well, any boss can really rip the shit out of you really quickly. Even when you've gone through it 2, 3 times and you're fully upgraded, you can still die pretty damn easy. So this is kind of par for the course, I suppose. Maybe they don't need to do that much fine-tuning. Maybe it is just a case of needing to bang your head off the wall a bit to learn the rhythm, to know it instinctively. I do find that that's kind of the issue with these. It's like you just have to be able to respond on an instinctive level. Actually have to think about it in any way. It's gonna be too slow. So maybe it's not too bad. Yeah, part of me is torn on it. Basically, part of me is thinking that, that's fitting for Sekiro. Like, the enemies could kill you very easily. And, a Sekiro-like should be the same. You were kind of frail in Sekiro. Especially early on when your flask is fully upgraded, when you haven't gotten many beads, you are pretty frail. This tracks. This makes sense. It's been a long time since I've done my initial run of Sekiro. I've done a New Game Plus 1, 2, and 3 run, but I think I stopped at plus 3. But it's been a long time since I did my initial run through, when I was missing so many upgrades. So, this could be, honestly, to be expected. This could be actually proper. But at the same time, part of me feels that she's a little too rough. Having 3 moves that can basically insta-kill you. I don't think any Sekiro enemy had anything like that. Like, I'm thinking of Ishin. He had... Like, thinking of Sword Saint Ishin, he had the Dragon Flash. Which was like her, like, she raises the sword and slams it down forwards, sending out that blast of energy, but his was focused. It was like as wide as you, so as long as you're running, you're dodging it, and you could easily just sidestep it. It was easy enough to avoid. Here, you have to use that ability to avoid it, or you're fucked. You're dead. Similarly, he had that sweep, and you avoid it in the same way. Though, I'm not sure if you can parry her sweep. You can parry his. Or, actually, no, wait. I don't think you can parry his sweep. I think you have to dodge and jump on his head. Yeah, I think that's it. So, her swords, like forward arc, is more of a combo between Ishin's Dragon Flash and the Demon of Hatred's forward fire cone, which was always a bastard of a move. I hated it. Best way to dodge it is to hope you can get to the side and hook shot over to it, I think. Then again, maybe it was the Raven Feather thing. Maybe that was the answer there. But I always want to conserve my spirit emblems for the whistle and the umbrella thing. So, but yeah, my ultimate point is I'm a little torn on the Louise fight. It kind of feels like you're fighting a later on boss a little too, like not too far in, but a boss like you fight the first boss, now you're suddenly fighting the third boss or something. It feels like you should be a little stronger before going up against her. But at the same time, maybe, no, barring the 3 one-shots, maybe this is kind of proper difficulty. Maybe this is right. You know, maybe it's not. You know, maybe it's just true to what's this is clearly, you know, inspired by. Maybe it's just being true to it. You know, and since it's been so long since I played a raw run of Sekiro, I can't really judge it proper. When I did those runs, I had a fully upgraded flask. Like the new game plus 1, 2, and 3, I had a fully upgraded flask. I was mostly upgraded on health, and after a point, it was fully upgraded on health. So my experiences in those runs will be very different to my initial run. So it makes it hard to judge something like this. When I played the hell out of Sekiro, I'm operating here on a reduced power level. Games always feel different when you're starting off versus when you're done with it. So I really went round in circles there. I'm terrible about that. I apologize. Basically, the point I'm getting at is Louise feels like I'm kind of torn on it. Part of me feels that maybe she's perfectly appropriate of a boss. That she's, this is clearly, driving off from Sekiro. It's a Sekiro-like, and maybe she's perfectly appropriate as a boss that you would fight in Sekiro. Even at this point in the game, she's perfectly appropriate. Then a part of me's feeling that no, she's a little too strong for this point. She'll be better off a boss down the line or two. Just giving you a little bit more time for upgrades. We felt a little too flimsy there. So I'm just a little torn. I'm not sure. If you have your own stance or opinion, please let me know in the comment section below. And give it a try. Sign up to the playtest and see what you think. So, yeah, basically, she may be perfectly appropriate as a boss for a Sekiro-like, and nothing needs to be changed. There's nothing to be changed. Or maybe she's a little too tough for this point, and either needs to be made slightly weaker, or just pushed off a boss. Put someone else after Jin, kind of thing. Either or. So I'm losing my train of thought. There's a little background noise, and it's completely throwing my mind. So either she's just fine, or maybe she's a little too tough for this point. So either make her a little weaker, or put someone before her, and so we get a little bit more power before fighting her. So yeah, I'm kind of torn between the two. Again, that's just my analog stick being twitchy. So yeah, I'm torn between the two. Give it a try yourself, see what you think, folks. It's probably better to have more opinions floating about. A large part of our difficulty is just having those 3 moves that can just blitz you. They are very nasty. And the amount of times like I've been doing a sword strike and then she just drops it and I'm trying to dodge, but she's still mid-strike or just after, so I get caught. A lot of the times though are my own fault, where I'm just getting too single-minded, but then there's other times where she changed mid-strike, or just as I was striking, so there's no real chance for me to change. And so, like, you can't... it feels like there's. It's been a while since I played Sekiro, but I want to say you could strike and then quick, and like with a shorter delay than here, dodge. You could strike and dodge in a bit more of a quick motion than here. You can strike, delay, dodge. It's, I think. Even though it was just a moment ago of me doing it, now my brain is like, is it really that way? Or am I underplaying it? Am I overplaying it? Ugh. Let's just move on. I'm a bit scattered today, folks. I apologize. I've actually been doing stuff recently and I'm tired. I'm not built for manual labor. Been tidying up the house. I've been getting stuff out. Had to lift a small little cabinet out yesterday. So it's not really a big deal, but I did hurt myself before, so it's just backs are just tender because of it. So yeah. I want to do something about that skirt loss. I'm all sore now. I stabbed my sword through your torso. No matter how big your rack is, I think that's going to do some damage. By the way, I'm Louise. What's your name? Kirikou. Alright, now that we're done fighting, let's be friends. I mean, we're only fighting because this place's rules, isn't it? There's no hard feelings between us. Should I apologize for going all out like that against you? Wouldn't have counted if you didn't. Right. So we can be friends now. I don't see how that's connected. I heard that warriors from this region go closer through sparring. So now that that's done, we should be best pals, no? Nonsense. Suppose this stone is the way back to the center. Yep, it's just like the one back there. One day it suddenly disappeared and I couldn't go back. Guess it's back now that I've lost. Don't really know anything about how it works. Well, I'll stay here and rest a little longer. So you go back first. If you come back for me... you'll come back for me if I end up getting trapped here again, right? I'm leaving. Oh, send it back to sender. Nice. Oh, there's another. Wandering Vixen Nia, Jin's teacher, though he says that she dislikes the idea of having disciples, and just thinks of it as a few pointers. A few pointers was enough to train a previously ordinary person like Jin to this level, then their skills might actually be something to be wary of. Oh god damn, I thought it was just gonna be too... Oh no, I remember the Vixen now. She was on... there's some gifs of her posted on... or maybe not gifs, but videos of her posted on Twitter. Now there's a new face. Matters not. Let's test your skills. Foxfire. Okay, posture regains naturally. You don't have to block to regain it. In fact, blocking does nothing to regain it. I'm wondering about the provenance of this music, because even if I... like, let's say it's not safe. Even if they try and cut it out, like drop the audio track. Even if I drop the audio track, there's definitely going to be audio bleed of it. These doors are annoying. Oh, fuck you. Ah, fuck you. Dead. still, Poison Kiss aside, she seems weaker than Louise. I do feel there isn't that great of a prompting on the grabs. Like, you know, when she goes in to grab you with the fan. It's such a subtle gesture. It's easy to miss. Sekiro did do all those, you know, like red sigils. That might be a good idea to copy. I don't know if they were just symbols or actually... Was it actually a Japanese word? I don't read the language. And I'm too busy saying, ah, red! I'm gonna die! And, you know, trying to dodge. So... I'm not paying too much attention to what's popping up, just that I need to do something. So I think it would be a nice little nicety to the player to add those in. God, I'm sweating like mad. Yeah, she's got less health than the other Louise does. But she is potentially... like that stun poison move. And now this burn. Yeah, I should have died there. Can those debuffs not kill? A nicety, I suppose. Damn it. Yeah, no, definitely the poison can kill. That's a nice idea. It also pins her as weaker than Louise. because Louise has 3 one-hit kills. While this one will reduce you to 1 hit point, it gives you the opportunity to heal, to survive. Louise doesn't. I just got pinged. Food might be done, I don't know. I need to stop and take this message. Hey folks, and I'm back. 51, 52, 53, 54. These doors broken because they do get in the way when you're trying to dodge. Okay, I swear it's... Yeah, she's parrying me, goddammit. Those flashy parries? That was against me. Damn it. Goddamn sexual harasser. Wandering sexual harasser, Mia. Tried to do the grab there but failed. Faster. I want to try out the different abilities and see what seems like it's an option. beating on my corpse, please. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I want to say the grabs need a warning, because like the grabs are incredibly powerful, but there's very little warning of them even happening. Like, oh, they twitched their hand? Yeah, no. Ooh, you can still regain posture while attacking. Nice. And yes, I'm not calling it stance or whatever. It's posture. Now I just need the ability to heal a bit when I do a takedown. I'm glad you didn't teach that to Jin. Fucker. I'm just kind of... I'm all thumbs now. She heals! When she makes out with you, she heals. Yeah, no, these definitely need a warning, a prompt. Just, like, this is a Sekiro-like. Ape a bit more from Sekiro. That's my advice. Ape a bit more from it. You won't go wrong. Like, see, like, no warning, no nothing, just heal. Does move and heals. That's nasty. Yeah, that rejuvenate ability to restore herself does put her above Louise. Louise couldn't do that. See, like, there was an instant change. You don't have a chance to counter that. See, now I'm putting her on the back foot, immensely reduced resources, and all that damage mostly gone. So, yeah, no, that's something I can say with full confidence. The game needs a warning. Okay, that's funny. Long distance sexual harassment. But, let's see, there's no warning, no nothing. There's nothing you can do to prevent it. So yeah, the game definitely needs the, Sekiro words. present, I'm feeling like it only needs 2 Earths for the grabs. Everything else should be fine. Basically, these moves are far too powerful not to be telegraphed. A bit harder. So much for her being weaker than Louise. But that's just because Louise had a hell of a health bar. She was tanky as shit. And this one was going a lot smoother. Getting brain numb again. See? There's no way to counter. Those lip smacking, I do dislike that. My own audio sensitivity though. I'm actually immensely audio sensitive. Not what I wanted. Keeps lunging to do that, but I want it to do the pouncing attack. Because the pouncing attack will detonate one of these brands. See? The heal isn't too crazy, but I still dislike it. Yeah, so often she just refuses to try to do this move. Keeps doing the other one. Yeah, my head's going numb right now. I'll stop for a moment. Oh, folks, and I have returned. Okay, that's off. Now we can continue. It'll take me a moment to get back into this. Is there any reward for perfect blocks? Well, they don't need to worry about that now, do? Hey, you pull me back in. Yeah, like she can just go into that unprompted. I'm actually not sure if they had notifications in Sekiro for grabs, but the grabs were a lot better telegraphed rather than an enemy swinging their weapon down and then just grabbing you. It was much more telegraphed in the, like, say, the sumo warrior bandits, the sumo bandits, them just like, you know, thrusting their arm out to grab you. It was a much more theatrical action. It could still get you, but it was obvious they're going for a grab. There was a lot of, you know, motion to it. Here it's just a quick, you know, simple, you know, they just suddenly stop mid-combo and grab you. And it's this very smooth action with little telegraphing. They need to have something to show it. Even if Sekiro didn't have it, they need it here. If they don't want to have, you know, the, you know, more grander motions or more, you know, spaced it out more, then they need to have the, like, sigil appearing like Sekiro did for, like, the sweeps and thrusts and whatnot. What about elemental damage? Can we block that here? Because you couldn't in Sekiro. I'm curious if I can also reflect those darts back to her. I think that might have been them. It is appreciated that these debuffs don't kill. It gives you the possibility to recover. Oh, because I tried to heal. We need to just keep the tempo up. think this is comparable with Super Mario. The poison sword. Yeah, it's comparable with that. Ow. I'm a little brain dead still, even after taking a break. Yeah, just Nia's rough. Trying to regain my posture. Again. The syrup stocks are kind of hot. I remember seeing someone's fan art of the officer chick from that Gotcha Triple Z. I had her in the syrup stocks. It was nice art. Yeah, so I'm being horny on main. Previously I used to actually have like, ooh, here's nice art. It's done by so and so. I don't know who did the top art. Not off the cuff. But I do believe it's on Pivot. So, or Pixiv, whatever it's called. Always can never remember which order the X and the V are in. No, please just leave. Oh, come on. Don't restore the doors. Ah, we've dropped to a lower level. Okay. Again. second phase seems to drop that. One thing I've been thinking was, I've been calling it a Sekiro-like, and there is definite similarities between it and Sekiro. It's definitely derived from, but it's made me twitchy for seeing other similarities with Sekiro, like some of the attack moves and whatnot. Like, oh, could that be like, you know, it's a kick, but I think it's actually, you know, an enemy in Sekiro had a similar move. You know, posturing, how they, like, there's many ways to kick, you know? You know, this kind of thing. I do hate how she can just flow right into a crippling move. It's really nasty. There are a few moves in this game that I do feel are really nasty. Like how Louise gets 3 basically one hits. That's... I can't remember to trust my point about Louise's moves anymore. But this one can flow right into a grab that knocks you to 1 hit point and heals her and restores her posture. You see? And now all my work has been undone, or vast majority. And yeah, postures. See, you're fucked if she gets you. And yeah, the point with the other one was just simply, she's got 3 moves that can one-shot you, effectively. And she can easily get you with a grab, while you having a little recourse. And see, teleport, grab, got it. There's no recourse, there's no way to play with it. It's just, you know, you weren't predicting the enemy's moves before they even do anything, like any telegraphing. There is none. Get punished. You don't know what the code is gonna do next. Get punished. It's... I think she interrupted her own animation to do that. So it is frustrating. Like, there's good basics here, but like the core idea is solid. See, she interrupted herself to do it. So yeah, it is getting really frustrating. Oh. And that happens. Just kick me. And it's undone. Isn't that fun? At any moment she can just full heal and undo it and knock you to 1 hit point. Isn't it fun, folks? I'm gonna stop for a bit. I'm tilting now. Hey folks, and I returned. Huh. Excuse me. This was still playing some sound. When I looked at desktop audio, there was still like the echoes of a sound on it. Sorry. When I was looking here in OBS, there's the 2 voice bars, and when audio plays, it leaves the highest sound peak. It leaves the peak of the audio there for a bit, so you can judge and compare for your audio testing. But it dissipates quickly enough. It'll last a while, but it'll dissipate. I've been gone a bit. It's still showing audio on the desktop audio track for when I was starting off. It's odd. Uh. And got it. Just hit. There's a few differences mechanically in this compared to Sekiro. Like posture doesn't. In Sekiro, enemy posture regens slower on health. It doesn't seem to matter here. You can also regen freely your posture when running, but you can't regen it faster with block. It may regen at a slower rate while running, but still, it regens without issue. I was really hoping when we got her to 1 health there, well, half health, that she was done, she was just gonna peace out. And it was just, you know, one of those boss fights where you don't actually have to fight them fully. Kind of forgetting the whole thing of people being trapped here. Tends to do that attack when she teleports, but she can do it at any point. She could be mid-combo and break into it. I got very lucky there. It may be an example of poor hitboxing. No way to really deal with burn. But at least it can't kill me. Does make it easier for her to do so though. There's a much lower emphasis on on parrying, so it's not quite getting the Sekiro vibes, if you get me, because in Sekiro parrying was very much a big deal. Here, less so. It's more pushing the aggressive parries. But even then you have to be worried about that, because enemies can do it right back to you. It would be nice if they depicted the enemy parries differently to your parries. Oh, fuck you. I thought you stopped that. Yeah, no, that's obnoxious. any point, she may grab you and start forcing herself on you. And heal and knock you down to 1 hit point. It's really obnoxious. I wouldn't have so much an issue with it if it was a weaker move, basically. The move itself is fine. Like, sure, she can grab you, kiss, do a poison. But having it knock you down to 1 hit point, that's just nasty. Especially because it forces you to go heal, and then she'll probably kill you. Yeah, I think she's whiffed a lot of grapplers, which is... I was dodging, bastard. Respect the invincibility frames. I don't think... Yeah. No, blocking does nothing to mess with their posture. Yeah, blocking does nothing to mess. Parrying, blocking does. Oh, it's only the attack parrying. Timing is off. I want to try something. This sound right in my fucking ears. Okay, no. No, parrying still works with posture. I thought it did. That's why I was saying this game discouraged it. Like, the different games have their own different, like, twang with it. At any time during that combo, she could have went for the grab, and there'll be no prompting, no nothing. No reason for me to think she's going for a grab. Like, I have no problem with grabs, but there has to be better telegraph. Especially given how powerful her grab is. Damn you. Did she take any extra damage when any damage when I did the hit her while she was on the ground? Like when I was just waiting for the X. Yeah, that sound goes right to the fucking trouble. It really does come down to just a flurry of the normal attacks and Sebimaru, yeah. More effective last time, anyway. And it's all undone. And I get to hear an annoying sound with it. Yeah. Really no way of dodging that. You just have to hope she misses. Yeah, I'm just kind of tilting here. I think it might be prudent for me to just call it quits for the time being. I can easily throw this together. I've only one thing to check and I can get the video up to you. So yeah, I'll come back to this. I'll come back to this. I do like it. She's just an... she's just another fucking cunt. I am not her fan. I am not a fan of her. Like, seriously. It's the lack of, like, notifications on grapples and whatnot. Like, there's no like, mid-combo, she can just suddenly go for a grab, take away all but one hit point, and heal for a chunk, and restore her posture entirely. That's nasty, especially with absolutely no warning given. There's no way to know it's coming until she's grabbed you. Like, oh yeah, she's putting the fan away in one hand, but you're in mid-attack because she was in mid-combo. Excuse me. There's the absolute lack of warning, the absolute, like, the move's incredibly powerful, and the absolute lack of warning makes it all the worse. It makes it less feasible to fight against. It would be one thing if I was just messing up on it, but they give... Ah, that's cute. They give no way to... They give limited ways to deal with it. So, like, I like the game, but they need to give warnings on the grapples, on the grabs. They're, oh, fuck this heat. Yeah, I'm drenched in sweat. There's just like a layer on me. But yeah, I like the game, but the complete lack of warnings on the grabs is nasty, especially given how potent her grab is. It knocks you down to one hit point. It heals her, restores her posture. don't think it does anything else, but that's enough. It's really nasty. So... Ooh. Yeah, the absolute warning, the absolute lack of warning on it, and how potent it is, how hard to avoid it is. It just makes it very fucking frustrating. So I'm just, I've kind of beat my head against the second boss, and now her, so I'm just kind of, my patience is kind of burnt out here. Like I was saying before, my head's kind of going like numb with it. I find I end up getting rather rigid-minded, and it hurts my ability to learn and adapt to the enemies. And so here I've pushed through it, and I've just kind of hit my limit here, where I'm just kind of getting tilted at it. So, yeah. I do feel bad about that, but it's so fucking frustrating. I'm gonna call it here. I do hope you've enjoyed, and I do hope you join me again soon. I will take another crack at that third boss tomorrow, if I get a chance. I have stuff to do tomorrow. But yeah, if I get a chance, I'll take a crack at it, and you'll get to see that episode then. If there's anything you'd like to tell me, please let me know in the comment section below. That's what it's there for. Like, comment, and subscribe. It all helps the channel out. Yeah, I think that's it. Till next time, folks. This has been something domain? Illusive domain. Yes, this has been Illusive domain, and I hope you've enjoyed. Despite my tilting, I have enjoyed it. I do think it's a fun game. I do think it has potential. It does feel a little sluggish at times. It does feel a little off. But, you know, just tightening the game up a bit, you know, making it a bit smoother. Yeah, it'll be fine, you know. There is a good bedrock here, I think. And it is very much good. You were hearing the actual audio when I was recording there. When I called it Sekiro-like, I know. Oh. I'm trying to guess that she's meant to be a Wolfgirl. So that's kind of leaning even more into it. Because, you know, he's called Wolf. Okami. She's a Wolfgirl. He was a ninja. She's a ninja. Albeit a shinobi versus Kunoichi. But you get my point. You know, it's a Sekiro-like, but this time you're playing as a Wolfgirl. Yeah. So, I can't remember where I was going with that, but you know, I have to give this points for that. I have to give it points for that. I just find that funny. So, you know, if they're not going to give us Sekiro 2, then someone else will make it. Well, and give us Wolfgirls. I'm just waiting for her to lose her arm, so she truly is Wolfgirl Sekiro. Wow. There's a hell of a kick on that double jump. Jesus. So I wonder what the game is actually going to be like. Is it going to be just boss rush after boss rush? Or is there actually going to be like exploration or, you know, moving around like Sekiro? I've looked at a lot of games and I can't remember. I think this is actually meant to just be a boss rush. but I may be thinking of another game that I saw recently. But I don't remember. But yeah, despite my tilting there and getting frustrated, I do like this. I do think it's a solid game. The one thing I would say is they definitely need to put a warning on those grabs, because they are all potent. You know, the first guy, no, his grab was nothing. But he didn't have any sword skill till he got in here. It's no surprise that he isn't much of a fighter. He's just like the introductory enemy. But the next two are actual warriors, and their grabs are lethal. The first one, of the two, tackles onto you and explodes, doing like 75 to 90% of your hit bar. So if you're and shy of max, you die. While the other one reduces you 1 hit point, heals herself a fair bit, restores her posture, and poisons you. So even if you heal back up, you're probably still going to take some lingering damage. And she can do it mid-combo. There's even less warning on her move than there was on the Paladin check. So, I do like the game, but they definitely have to put a warning on the grabs, or the tackles in the first case. They're potent, and they are like run-ending. So not having any warning on them, and the enemies just being able to do it mid-combo, so it's even harder for you to get away. It's honestly pretty nasty. I'm really not a fan. So basically I like the game, but it does need more polish, and it definitely needs a warning on those grab attacks, because they're nasty. Beyond that, I don't think I've anything to say just yet. Again, this is a playtest, this isn't representative of the final product. So, but this is a good proof of concept, and I think this is a solid, foundation to work from. I do think this has potential to be fun, and if the dev is fine with it, I'll certainly be willing to come back and play more. Say, play the full game at some point. When that would be, I have no clue. I need to finish Elden Ring. I guess we'll be moving on to Night Rain then, and I need to get all this footage out there. I also need to go hit up some other Souls-likes that I've bought but never got onto. Nioh, no idea how to say it. Nioh? Not sure. I need to get onto that, and Code Vein. I've held on to them for the last few years and never played them because I wanted to finish the FromSoft games first. And I kept getting distracted and pulled away from them. That being said, I still did finish Sekiro in like 3 weeks, or less. I did my first run, then I came back to finish it, and I did that return in 3 weeks. So, I'm pretty proud of that one. But yeah, I would definitely be interested in coming back and playing more. I'll give another try to that boss tomorrow. I might just need to sleep on it. And, but I would definitely be interested in coming back and playing more of this game in the future. Say full release, if the dev is amenable to that. Some don't like the full game being played. Some are fine with only a part of it. Others are perfectly fine with it. Depends on the dev, Some outright promote the videos of it, some don't. So, I'll talk to you next time, folks. I do hope you've enjoyed, and I do hope you join me again soon. If there's anything you'd like to tell me, please let me know in the comment section below. That is what it's there for. And as I said before, like, comment, and subscribe. It does help the channel out. And I need all the help I can get. It's really hard to get noticed on YouTube, and honestly, I wouldn't mind making some money off this. It would be nice. Being blunt here, it would be nice. So, till next time, folks. Love and peace, baby.